Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm an ADHD knitter and I'm giving this another shot. So I decided this time I'd start off with showing you my finished objects. If you hear noises in the background, that's my child who's refusing to go to sleep. So let's get started with what I've got done in these past 2 weeks. I showed you last time that I had started my Rose City roller socks. Those were actually fairly quick project. I liked them a lot. My only problem is they're a little short in the toe, so I'll probably do something different next time. But here they are. I haven't worn them yet because I wanted to show them to you, but yeah, they turned out pretty nice. I had to adjust the size of the toe in that, but other than that, I really liked them and enjoyed them. They're pretty easy, quick knit. I'll probably make another pair of no-shows, but I'll probably use my favorite sock pattern, the OMG Spacious Heel one, and do that and just do some ribbing on it and for like 2 or 3 inches and then do the sock part. But yeah, these were fairly quick, easy pattern to do. So I would recommend it to anybody. Just they tell you stop about, can't remember, it's like 2 inches before the end of your toe. I'd say 1.5 inches. Just give yourself some extra space, because I did the rounded toe, as you can see, not the boxy one, and I had them on wearing them around and the toes gave out. So I had to redo the toe, make it a bit longer and fix it up, and that was fun. But I still had plenty of yarn left over, so it was no big deal. But yeah, so, but it's a good pattern, so. And then the next thing I finished was my husband's one of his orange and camo socks. It's not my kind of sock, so I get really bored with it, so I don't work on it like I should. And he's told me he doesn't really care that I make him socks, so it's like, oh, so I think, oh, I don't have to work on this as steadily. But I've gotten one done. As you can see, I did the cuff and the heel in the orange color, and then this, I kept calling it Andy and Adam. It's Steve and Andy, so the colorway is Steve and Andy by Leading Men Fiber Arts. But yeah, I got one sock done. Yay! Now I just gotta get the other one done. The worst part is this 10-inch long foot. I just get really bored with stockinette knitting, and after a while it's like, okay, I gotta do something else besides this. It's great for the car. And the only bad part is most of my car rides where I ride are about 20 minutes, and that happens like maybe once, twice a week if I'm lucky. Otherwise I gotta drive, and you can't really knit and drive, and I really wouldn't want to see that also on the highway. And then I pulled out something I didn't show you last week. This was in, because last Sunday me and my husband decided we would clean our bedroom. Okay, I decided, I talked him into it, but he didn't argue too much because it really needed done. But we got our bedroom clean, and I found a project that I had started a week or 2 before Christmas last year, planning on getting it done by Christmas for my daughter. Yeah, I finished it now, so that should tell you something. But I finished get back here, it's a Christmas stocking I made for her. And I used Bernat Pop Violet Vision to make it. So it starts off pink and then goes to this purple, then this bright pink, and then this darker purple. But it's my favorite Christmas stocking pattern. It's by Linda S-H-O-U-P. I'm thinking it's Shope, but it could be Shoop. And it's called a striped Christmas stocking, which, as you can tell, I did not stripe it. What I did was I went in, because they list how many rows of each color you're supposed to do. So I took the gauge plus the stripe numbers. I added up all the stripe numbers and divided that by the gauge, stitches per inch, and figured out how long to make the leg and the foot, and did it that way. And I think it'll make a pretty decent little Christmas stocking. And then I took a crochet hook and crocheted just this little chain to make a hanger for it, and weaved in the ends. So yeah, I got one Christmas stocking done, and now my other son is asking if he's going to get a Christmas stocking, so I have to figure out if I'm going to do a striped one or how I'm going to do his. I might just have him pick out the colors. It's a Christmas stocking. I would like red and green, but it doesn't matter. So, though I am thinking about checking out Hirschner's. They have a pastry puff in Christmas colors that I might do. I think that would be a nice, fun one to use for Christmas stocking. So I'm thinking about ordering those while they're on sale right now, and seeing about ordering those, having them shipped, and get those for, make some Christmas stockings for my kids. But yeah, so those are all my finished objects for this week, past 2 weeks. I keep getting distracted by my whips that I have in progress, so I'm going to show you those. The one is, well, I'll just get it out and let you see. So what has really been taking up my attention is, you've probably heard about this from some other places online, and that, yeah, that's the right way. Yeah, it has a purl side out instead of a knit side, so it's called the Beekeeper Cardigan. And I said I would do that since my husband's a beekeeper and my dad's a beekeeper. So I figured Beekeeper Cardigan would be a cute little thing to make. But yeah, this is how far I've gotten. It was supposed to be a 4-day knit along, or cow. Yeah, I haven't got it done in 4 days because I can only do like a few rows at a time, and then I'm bored. That ADHD thing again. But yeah. But unlike everybody else who's making it in a solid color, I am using, sorry, I should be looking at the camera. Instead of I am using this, which is Lion Braid Mandala yarn in the Sphinx colorway. So that's going to be my colors for my cardigan. I'm still real nervous about the gradient color changes and it looking good. So right now I'm just kind of like, is this going to look right, or is this going to look hideous, or I'll just see what happens. Hopefully it turns out good, and all that worrying was for nothing. Yeah, kind of a worrywart at times. I'm not paranoid, I'm just a worrywart, so that makes it all better, right? So that's what's been taking up most of my time when I work on something, instead of my socks and everything else, is I've been working on this cardigan. I love working on it. I just also get bored because it's this long at this point. But yeah, so that's one of my projects I've been working on. And then of course I've also been working on my husband's other sock, which you can see how far I've started on the second sock. So yeah, I have this much, which I want to show you something neat I'm doing with this. Is I caked it up, and then I started to do a toe-up sock, and I just haven't found a bind-off I really like for toe-up socks. I think I have one I like, but I'm testing it out on their pair of socks. So I decided I'd switch over and do top-down. I like either. So what I did was I unraveled it. Yes, I know you're not supposed to, but I'm cheap. I unravel it, and then I re-knit it. I don't really care. So I, going back, and like I did on that one, I'll just knit until this orange is used up, and then I'll start working on the leg of the sock. Fortunately, he likes his socks about 4 inches long. He likes ankle socks, so that makes it great for me. Now, only if his foot wasn't quite so long. So those are 2 of my whips in progress. And then I started working on another whip because we had to take the kids to the dentist on Monday. And so I need something I could work on while I was sitting there watching them have their mouth poked and prodded. And all my air socks are at, that one I was working on, it was at the end where the toe was, or almost, and I didn't want to work on that because I didn't want to work on, I just wanted some mindless knitting for, in case I need to talk to a dentist or calm a kid down. So I remembered this from vacation and started working on my whale socks. And I was just to the purple when I started working on in the car on the way to the dentist, and this is how much I got done. Okay, so I was in there for 2 hours. But yeah, and I'm thinking about with this, I might try a afterthought everything sock where I knit down and knit long enough to cut the sock in half. I'm thinking about it. I might just change my mind and say heck with it and just make a regular sock, but I'm thinking about it. I might try it. It has the same cast on as my regular socks, so I'll see. I may not. So that's all I've worked on these past few weeks. Those are all my whips. I only pulled out the stuff I'd actually worked on instead of the big pile of everything I have that's technically a work in progress, because I haven't really gone any further with it. And I've gotten 2 things I can add to the yarn hoard. One of them I'll have to tell you when I pull it out, because well, let's start with the one I can show you. This is Desert Vista Dye Works in the colorway Dia de los Muertos. I probably butchered that. All I know is it's a sugar skull colorway. So it has like a whole bunch of different self-stripings, and I got the one with the sparklies in it this time because I thought that'd be fun. So these are going to be another pair of Halloween socks. If I get too bored with my other stuff, I'll probably cast these on. I got a shadow. So this is one thing I got this week. It takes like 4 weeks to get the yarn, so because she does special order dyeing, so it makes me feel a little better when I order it, because I know my husband's not going to know about it till like a month later, but that's my excuse anyway. But yeah, that's one. And then this next one, if you don't want to see, if you haven't got it yet and you don't want to see it, this is the Lolo Did It Monster of the Month Club for July. It just came today. So if you don't want to see it, skip forward. But if you don't care, which usually I don't, you can just keep watching. But this is Godzilla. And it's not quite what I thought it would be, but it's still really neat. And they're still my husband's colors, so I'm going to make him a pair of socks out of this. And I might make me a pair of ankle socks out of it. I'm figuring out I can get like 2 pairs of socks out of... Well, actually I can get... I'll see what I can do. But anyway, this is the one for July. So, I didn't really get a whole lot this time. I got some stuff ordered, but it's all that stuff that takes a while because they gotta dye it and then ship it to you and that. So, I may have more next time I podcast. I don't know. As to what's been going on, like I said, Monday we took the kids to the dentist. It was my baby girl, Catherine's first time. She's 4. She did awesome. She did the best out of all 4 of my kids, and she's the youngest. And then is Patrick's first time also, and he's fascinated by the drills and anything mechanical is him. He loves that kind of stuff. So he was fascinated by that, trying to play with those while the dentist told him no. And then there's Matthew. Matthew did good for Matthew. He's slightly autistic, so yeah, but he did really good. So that went well. And then today we went to the local county fair, and that was fun because we got to go see I've been going to like county fairs since I was a kid. They're like one of the fun things we did. Of growing up. So we got to go see the rabbits, the chickens, cow barn, and the pig barn, and the sheep, and sorry, but they're meat sheep, not wool sheep. So, and they're all shaved and all that for summer. So that was fun to see. And my daughter was excited to see the horsies because she's in love with them. So yeah, we had a busy day of doing that today. And other than that, not a lot has happened. I harvested my first cucumber from my greenhouse. My garden's doing great. I need to get my butt out there and do a bit more to it. I've really slacked off this year. But that's what's been going on. I'm sorry this is so short, but I didn't get a lot done. I've been working on that cardigan, which is at night, and I do a few rows, and I was sick, and you know, life. So maybe next week I'll have a bit more to show you. I'll talk to you next time. You can find me on Instagram or Ravelry as Jedi Dragoon, which is JEDIDRAGOON. And I even have a group called ADHD Knitter. I haven't done much with it, but it's up there. It's on Ravelry. So if you want to check it out, you can. If you want to check me out on Instagram, you can. Thanks for listening to me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.